Welcome to Pop History. This episode will tell the story behind some of the popular culture events from April 1980. On April 1st, the Census Bureau conducted the U.S. Census of 1980, calculating the population of the United States to be just over 226.5 million people. This was an almost 10% increase in population from the previous census taken in 1970. California led the population count, the first state to record a population of over 20 million people. In another first, each state's individual population count topped the 400,000 mark. Also on April 1st, an April Fool's Day joke went wrong when Boston television station WNAC-TV Channel 7 aired a fake story at the end of the 6 o'clock news broadcast, reporting that Great Blue Hill in Milton, Massachusetts had become an erupting volcano. The breaking news included film of flowing lava, burning houses, as well as edited remarks from government officials. Though the network was sure people would laugh at the obvious prank, the city's police department actually received more than 100 panicked phone calls from viewers concerned for their safety. As a result of the incident, executive producer Homer Silly was fired for failure to exercise good judgment, as well as for violating Federal Communications Commission rules about showing stock footage without identifying it as such. On April 5th, American police drama Hawaii Five-0 broadcast its series finale. The series, which first began on September 20th, 1968, ended after 12 seasons, featuring 279 episodes. In the last episode, Honolulu police detective Steve McGarrett, played by Jack Lord, finally captured Wo Fat, played by Kai Dee, who had been McGarrett's nemesis dating back to the first episode. On April 6th, the product known as the Post-it Note debuted in stores across the U.S. The sticky, pressure-sensitive adhesive used to make Post-its was developed in 1968 by a Dr. Spencer Silver, a scientist at the 3M Company. In 1974, Arthur Fry put Silver's adhesive on the back of paper, creating a product originally called Press and Peel bookmarks, which were sold in stores in 4 U.S. cities in 1977. The results, however, were underwhelming. A year later, 3M tried again, giving out free samples to consumers in Boise, Idaho, who immediately loved the product. Renamed Post-its, they were marketed across the U.S. and by 1981 were for sale in most stores across most of North America and Europe. Although the patent expired in 1997, the name Post-it and the note's original yellow color remain registered company trademarks of 3M. Since its invention, the term Post-it has become the generic representative name for all brands of sticky note. On April 8th, the first United States Women's World Bodybuilding Championship was held in Atlantic City, New Jersey, at the Caesars Boardwalk Regency Hotel. The city was specifically chosen as, at the time, it was also the traditional venue for the Miss America beauty pageant. 30 competitors vied for the original title, with Rachel McClish from Harlingen, Texas, emerging as the eventual winner of the contest. On April 9th, hockey legend Gordie Howe played his last National Hockey League game, ending a career that began in 1946. During the 5 decades that Howe played in the NHL, he appeared in 1,767 NHL games. He was one of a handful of players who was ambidextrous, shooting left or right-handed equally well. During his time in the NHL, Howe scored 869 goals and had 1,141 assists, and still holds multiple records. His final goal, as a member of the Hartford Whalers, came on that same day, but his team lost the playoff game 8-4 to the Montreal Canadiens. On April 13th, the American Broadway musical Grease closed at the Majestic Theater. This final performance marked the 3,388th performance since the musical had first appeared at the Broadhurst Theater on June 7, 1972. The headlines in the New York Daily News on the following day declared, "Grease slides off Broadway." The show would continue, however, with several off-Broadway performances around the country. On April 19th, American alternative rock band REM performed for the first time under the name REM at the Coffee Club 1111 in Athens, Georgia. Only 2 weeks before, on April 5th, they had played their first show as a band at a birthday party for a mutual friend who had helped to introduce some of the band members to one another. The idea for a band began when guitarist Peter Buck met vocalist Michael Stipe in the Athens record store where Buck worked. They later met drummer Bill Perry and bassist Mike Mills through a mutual friend, Kathleen O'Brien. Finding they had similar taste in music, they agreed to collaborate on several songs, spending the next few months rehearsing as an unnamed band in a closed-down Episcopal church in Athens, where they all attended the University of Georgia. Later, they all dropped out of school to focus on developing their group and music. Finding almost instant success in their hometown and surrounding areas, they eventually rocketed to international popularity and fame. Also on that same day, April 19th, after Fidel Castro announced that thousands of Cubans who had been seeking asylum at the Peruvian embassy in Havana were welcome to leave, a fleet of more than 50 fishing boats and other craft sailed out from Miami and Key West to bring the Cuban refugees to the United States. This event, known as the Mariel Boat Lift, marked a mass emigration from Cuba's Mariel Harbor to the United States. The exodus lasted from April 15th to the end of October. Facing economic hardships and political oppression in their own country, Cubans like these had begun emigrating to the United States starting in the mid-1950s. On April 21st, Rosie Ruiz was the first female finisher in the Boston Marathon. Her time of 2 hours, 31 minutes, and 56 seconds was the fastest time for a woman in Boston Marathon history, as well as the third fastest female time ever recorded in any marathon. Suspicions about her finish soon came into question, as her time had improved by more than 25 minutes over her finish time in the New York City Marathon only 6 months earlier. Additionally, she did not appear to be fatigued or even able to remember important details about the race. Most significantly, no other runners could recall seeing her, especially the second and third place finishers who had no memory of being overtaken by Ruiz. Later, 2 Harvard University students came forward with stories of seeing Ruiz joining the race from a crowd of spectators located about a half a mile from the finish. Within a week, the Boston Athletic Association disqualified Ruiz, naming the second place finisher, Jacqueline Gouraud from Canada, as the true winner. On April 24th, Nick Perry, also known as Nicholas Katsafanas, rigged the Pennsylvania State Lottery by putting extra weight on 2 of the ping pong balls in each of the 3 lottery ball tumblers. The lottery jackpot for the daily Pick 3 drawing had reached a record high after multiple nights with no winners. So, with the help of the host of the nightly drawing, Perry and a group of 4 others decided to cash in. The 3 digits drawn on the Pick 3 that night were 666, with the winner receiving a record jackpot of over $3.5 million. Though it was thought impossible to fix the lottery, an investigation revealed that an unusually high number of picks had been made on the number combinations using 4s and 6s. Video of the April 24th drawing later revealed that the most active ping pong balls in the 3 tumblers were the ones marked with 4 and 6. Perry and 5 other people were later arrested and charged later that year in September. That wraps our look at pop history from April 1980. Keep an eye out for our next episode, coming soon, when we will look back at May of that year. For now, thank you for watching and joining us in this stroll through our memories from 1980.